What is going on, guys? This is All Gaming with my review of Hakkenden Season 2, Episode 13, and I can't believe that this anime is finally over. I was a huge fan of Hakkenden, and even though I didn't review the first season for you guys, I am glad that I did Season 2 for you all. But I gotta admit, I'm like really sad that it's gone. So of course, Shino is still injured from that slash that he took from Hazuki, and now he was forced to drink that nasty water from Tamazuza. But then we see Sosuke's shadow. He tried to get close to him, but of course that princess not going to allow that, so she forced him back. But more importantly, we see that Princess Fuse has actually arrived, or at least she's like coming there. So while she's like descending from wherever she is, Sosuke's shadow actually used that chance to actually take Shino away from her. And we see that Shino is still bleeding, and he like losing a lot of blood. But at least we see that he like still thinking about Sosuke, because we get a brief flashback about like when Shino was like still a kid. Well, you know that he's a kid now, but this was shortly after, I guess, when they all lived in that church that we saw in the first episode of the series. So Shino had went into a forest, and apparently he thought that only a week had passed. No, I believe that he thought only a few hours had passed, but it turns out it was actually a week. So when he finally came back, Sosuke had smacked him, and I gotta say, Shino had that one coming. I definitely think that he had that slap coming to him. So now Sosuke was saying that he had this fear that one day that Shino will actually leave him behind. And that's when Shino promises that he will always protect him and Hamaji. And we all know that like Shino has kept his word, because whenever something goes down, he makes sure that those two are safe. Just like when Hamaji had that spirit at school, that actually the guardian, Shino was there to investigate. And we see him right now trying to get back Sosuke, bead. So by him thinking that, by thinking about Sosuke, he actually makes his wish on his bead, and that saves Sosuke's life. And with him now being alive again and being 100%, his bead actually chooses him over his shadow, which is why that princess couldn't like stay there for long, and everybody got their bead back. But even though everything seemed like it was gonna work out, Murasame actually started going crazy because they needed blood. So it started, absorbing Shino, and it started getting bigger and bigger till we saw like this demonic wolf-looking thing. And I gotta say, I did not think, its true form would be a wolf, because we see that normally it's a crow, so you would think it'd be like some kind of bird in true form and not some wolf. But it was pretty epic, and I gotta say, when Ryu actually came there, after he left Finnegan and that woman, when he arrived like a boss with his wolf, like that part I really liked, because Rio had been one of my favorite characters in this series, so I definitely liked that part. But now, even though that princess plan was actually foiled, they had a much bigger threat, they had to deal with. And at first, I thought that nobody was gonna be able to deal with Murasame, but luckily Sosuke, like after he woke up, he left, to go after Shino, because apparently he had the vision of Shino fainting away, and that's why he knew something was wrong. And when he got there, everybody was just having such a hard time dealing with Murasame, because we all know that it's like the most powerful creature in the series, probably besides the princess herself, Princess Fuse. Because I'm pretty sure that if she was there, they could have made a wish, to make Shino be alright. So luckily Sosuke, when he got there, he was able to reach out to Shino, and that way that kind of calmed him down. And luckily he had went back to normal. And Shino is slowly but surely getting back some of his memories, because he is still weak, because he must said that he needs some blood. So when he tried to walk, he was gonna fall, but luckily Ryu was there and he caught him. And that's when like Shino kind of confirmed, or at least hinted, that those two like knew each other in the past. So I'm still sticking with my theory that those two could be like brothers, because I'm hoping that's the case, because that right there would just make so much sense. But like afterwards, we see that ending, and we kind of get like an update on all the characters, and some of the supporting characters, they're all just like leading their normal lives. And I gotta say, like, the ending was pretty good, and I was like really surprised to see that Sasuke Shadow is still roaming around. Cause I'm pretty sure, well, I thought anyway, that those two might become one complete being again. But sadly, his shadow still has his bead, and now his shadow is gonna start taking spirits once again, so he can become stronger. But of course, Shino is, well, Rio gave Shino a new mission that he had to get Sosuke bead back because they definitely need it. And Sosuke, when he came in, he had a good point that this time it looks like a lot different than before, because now they have the comrades around them, and they can do a lot more together than separate. And at the end, I was kind of hoping that they would announce a season 3, but sadly it said the end, and that right there just crushed me. But overall, I have loved this anime. It was like so good to me. I really liked it. So let me know what you guys think. Are you sad that there's no season 3? Did you enjoy season 1 and 2, and which one did you like more? But as always, guys, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, please, because it really helps me out. And as always, you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.